Hey guys, Do a Dreamer. Well, a few days ago, Full Metal Ninja told me that there was a reason behind why Daniel Bryan is not in the main event picture right now. And one of the reasons is that WWE feels that Daniel Bryan is to blame for the low buy rates on their pay-per-views. Now, I'm actually going to call bullshit on this. And no, I'm not calling bullshit on you, Full Metal Ninja. I'm actually going to call bullshit on WWE. You know, the way I say with this whole authority storyline, I thought is one of the best storylines they've had for a while. And it's even getting me to want to watch Raw again, which I've been actually somewhat watching Raw every once in a while. And from where I see it, I felt that Daniel Bryan did a very good job in that storyline. I mean, he was putting 110% into this thing and making him into a believable good guy. But of course, if production is not going well, like all the reaping the rewards, like the money flowing in and drawing out, they're gonna have to blame somebody. Of course, they're not gonna blame the other people who are involved in this storyline, like Randy Orton, because he's so close to Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. We all already know why. Triple H, and we already know why they're not gonna want to blame him. So who are they gonna blame? The lowest common denominator, Daniel Bryan, which I think it's unfair, and the fact that he was actually putting 110% into this thing. Why is he the only one getting blamed for this? Now, if he was slacking off and stuff like that, like he's the only one that wasn't putting a lot of effort in it, then I understand we can blame him. But the fact that he was actually really putting all of the stops for it, to the point where people were actually demanding a refund for the pay-per-views that they felt that he should have won the WWE Championship. And heck, even overseas, he didn't appear in one of the live shows, and people were demanding their refund because Daniel Bryan wasn't there. That's something. I mean, it's bad to ask for when people ask for their money back, but that goes to show you that how over Daniel Bryan is. So why is he the blame for this? But here's my theory as to why there is a low pay-per-view buy rates for the WWE. And in my opinion, it may not be fact, but in my opinion, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, well, your pay-per-views are too expensive, WWE. Especially when it comes to these in-your-house pay-per-views. And when I say in-your-house pay-per-views, I'm referring to pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, Battleground, Payback, and all that. And all those other pay-per-views that are not the big four. You know what I mean? Now, I've always been a believer of this, that I feel that there are too many pay-per-views in 1 year. And I feel that people are crazy if they're going to keep paying the WWE 50 to 60 bucks to watch each and every pay-per-view for the whole year. That's 12 pay-per-views, and that's 60 bucks. That's a lot of money. Okay? And we're right now at very low economic times right now. Do you really think people can afford to shell out 50 to 60 bucks to watch 3 to 4 hours of professional wrestling with the WWE? Not everyone can afford that. You know what I mean? Especially the lower class. You know, do you blame these people to want to find cheaper ways to watch WWE pay-per-view? Especially when it comes to these pay-per-views that really are not that huge and special compared to WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and the Royal Rumble. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, all these pay-per-views, yes, they have some gimmicks to it, like Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank, but are they really that special? Not really. Not to me. I mean, yes, I haven't really watched a pay-per-view since WrestleMania, but from what I'm hearing from all these people who are commenting on these pay-per-views, they're saying, like, well, it's as if they were actually watching Raw and having to pay for it by sitting at home. And you know, the funny thing is, Raw is actually 3 hours every week, and we watch that for free. But when you combine Raw, Superstars, Main Event, and SmackDown, and even NXT, you're looking at about 8 hours of professional wrestling that you get to watch for free from the WWE every week. So why do we have to pay $50 to $60 to watch 3 to 4 hours of professional wrestling. I think that's ridiculous. Now, if it were, like I said, if it was the big four, I definitely would understand it'll be $50 to $60 because those are really huge pay-per-views. But when it comes to the other pay-per-views in between, I'm sorry, $50 to $60 and even $40 for them is way too much. Now, if they were to charge $20 or $30, then I get that. You know, I definitely would get that. You know, because it's not that expensive for them. It's something special at the same time, but you're not really trying to squeeze money out of them just to watch, especially pay-per-views that's going to be almost like Raw and SmackDown, in my opinion. Now, like I said, $20-$30 for these other pay-per-views, fine. But when it comes to the big four, I understand where you $50-$60. But right now, these pay-per-views are way too damn expensive. And do you blame these people for not wanting to buy them and trying to find very cheap ways to watch them? Like, some of the ways they do it is like they have this big huge party with some friends, they order the pay-per-view and they put in like $5 or $10 a person. You know what I mean? That's one way they can do it. And then there's some people who actually watch it illegally through the internet by finding links. I mean, heck, every time there's there's a pay-per-view that week, people on Facebook keep asking, is there a link to the pay-per-view? Is there a link to the pay-per-view? You know what I mean? I mean, the pay-per-view is still being watched, but at the same time, they're not getting anything out of it. And I think that's what's going on. That's what's hurting them. But I think what's hurting them is the fact that it's so expensive for people to want to find very cheap ways to buying these pay-per-views, or watching the pay-per-views at least. I don't know, people. I mean, I still feel that blaming Daniel Bryan is not a very unfair thing to do. But I've also heard other reasons online that one of the reasons why is because WWE wants to shift gears back into building up bigger guys, because they have so many average size wrestlers like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and all that stuff, you know. And also they wanted to have big stars like CM Punk, or I meant big stars being like top level stars like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan to face the Wyatt family, so that way they can be pushed to the next level too, because the Wyatt family is red hot. But right now WWE wants to concentrate on building up bigger guys like the Big Show. That's why he's in that storyline with Randy Orton and the Authority. Plus I am intrigued with this storyline, and they have to continue it. They can't just stop it right there. I mean, yes, they stop it with Daniel Bryan, but you know what I mean. And just to add one more thing, you know, with this whole pay-per-view thing, if you think about it, if you feel that paying for $30 to $60 for pay-per-view is still okay to watch it live, think about this. It's going to be on DVD and you're going to pay $20 for it. Think about that. Okay? Anyway, I gotta get going. I hope this is very understandable. Feel free to comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and we'll see if we can go from there. Alright? This is Dual Dreamer. Take care.